From the Harwich Council on Aging. Just a few quick updates for you that we wanted to let you know. We have mostly good news. We have a little bit of sad news. Our outreach assistant, Beth McCormick, has resigned. Wonderful for her. She has a full-time job. She's going to in Chatham in an architect's office. But sad for us, that leaves a big vacancy. She's done a really great job as an outreach assistant in the Council on Aging. So if you happen to see her, please wish her well. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that you're not going to be seeing her face here for a while anyway, in an official capacity. Good news, I always like to share good news. The SHINE program, which is serving health insurance needs of everyone, is a program that we've had for long before my time, and I've been here 15 years now. They are, now we have 3 counselors, we used to have 2, who come in and do some health insurance discussion and assistance. They do a lot of different things. They've helped with mass health applications, etc. We are always telling people that at least if you have any questions, run it by them, because they really are the experts. They're trained through the state, they're tested and retested and recertified and so on. And this year, they always send us an end-of-the-year report, which I love to see because it always blows me out of the water, the amount of time and energy these 3 counselors put into helping our seniors. And this year, from July 1st of last year to June 30th of this year, they put in 282.5 hours, all donated time, to serve 330 seniors in our community in Harwich, which is really an incredible amount of time when you think about the volunteers coming in, and it's usually, half-hour to 45-minute appointments. So if they were standing here, I would give them a big standing ovation, but I just wanted to do a nice shout-out because it's a wonderful statistic, and it's all volunteer time. And that would be tons of money if we had to pay those people. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We had 2 quick wrap-ups. We had a wonderful breakfast with our social services coordinator, Kevin, who had the Harwich Mariners. Steve Englert, who was their speaker, came with a couple of Mariners to the men's breakfast, and everybody had a wonderful time. So they were very happy to see the Mariners, and we've really grown. It was 8 to 10 guys to begin with, and I think we had almost 30 this time. So if you have the second Friday of the month at 9 o'clock available, we would love to have you join us for the breakfast with Kevin here. You just need to give him a call and tell him you're coming, and it's totally free. Linda does a terrific job every time, and it's a hot breakfast. It's not one of those, coffee and a Danish kind of things. It's eggs and full hot breakfast. The other thing is that Beth and Kevin together did just a brief overview on bullying, social bullying, and that bystanders like yourselves watching this program and myself and others really can make a difference. And it's a PowerPoint presentation that they had gone to a seminar to bring that training forward to our folks. And we only had about 8 to 10 people, so we will be running that again. If it's something that you're interested in, please do let us know. It was kind of a catchy title, if you will, and we would like to have sort of a part 2 discussion about that. So if it's something that you were at and enjoyed yourselves and learned something, please join us and give us a call and let us know that you'd like to see that again. And the other thing I wanted to let people know, as we're almost doing the September-October newsletter, if you can believe it, and we're only in August in the beginning. Kevin, our social services coordinator, myself, and Dr. Gregory Wright from Wright Chiropractic and Sports Medicine do a bike ride at 12:30 on Fridays. And basically what we do is we come to the tennis court area of Brooks Park, and we meet there with any seniors that would like to join us, and we take a bike ride from left or right from Oak Street, and we go on to the bike path. We really forget, because we live here, I have to tell you, myself included, just how lucky we are to have this bike path that goes so many miles in both directions. And it's really a beautiful, beautiful way to spend an hour. We've been really, knock on wood, We've been really lucky. We've had great weather all of the Fridays that we've done so far. And we would love to have you join us. One of the reasons that we did this bike ride program, excuse me, is we had seniors say to us that they, as they're getting over the age of 65, I'll say, they didn't want to ride by themselves. Not that they couldn't ride by themselves, but they were afraid if, God forbid, they fell or got lost. I'm not quite sure how you get lost on the bike path, but they just didn't want to ride by themselves, so they sort of gave it up. And we thought, what a great opportunity to do as a group. People get to know each other and socialize. And as strange as that sounds, you really can ride kind of tandem unless someone's coming the other direction, and then you kind of pull behind. But it's a really great way to spend an hour with us. And we urge anybody who would like to join us to go for the bike ride to do so. You don't need to sign up. If you happen to be in the council or talking to us anyway, feel free to let us know you're coming. And Dr. Wright is there for really safety of all kinds, from is your helmet on right or correctly, to are your tires pumped up enough, is your chain okay and not too rusty, and those kinds of things, so that we don't have anybody have any accidents. He also knows all of the passing on your left and, you know, the rules of the road, so to speak, for bicycles on the bike path. So he kind of keeps us in check. And I always feel like the old lady, because Kevin and Dr. Wright are cyclists, and they not do it professionally, but they're much more advanced than I am. Before a month ago, I hadn't ridden a bicycle in a couple of years. So feel like you're in good company if you feel like you haven't ridden in a couple of years either. You can hang back with me riding and bringing up the rear. Lastly, I will tell you that we are doing the September-October newsletter. And the next update that I give, we have lots of upcoming seminars. The Sheriff's Department is going to be helping us to reignite our triad program, which is fire, police, and the Council on Aging together to keep the community safe with different projects like we've done with house numbering, etc. They've got some new ideas for us. They have a picnic coming up that they had to reschedule, so we don't have the date yet, but we will get that to you. Where we go down to the Sheriff's Department, and they've got a picnic with, you know, the K-9 unit, and it's a very fun afternoon to learn more again about the updates on Triad. We have a hoarding series that will be coming up, a 3-part series, and the first one will be a fun look at how to get organized with Dave Downs from Downsizing. The second will hopefully be Henry Callan, who gives you 10 tips to go home with that you can do today. And the last will be a individual speaker to give us some ideas and some charts on how to recognize when you need to get organized, what is the difference between clutter and collecting and hoarding, how do you know the difference, and if you need to report it, who and where do you report it to? Can you do it anonymously, etc.? The answer is yes. You can call the Harwich Police, you can call the Harwich Council on Aging, tell us that you're concerned about someone. Very sadly, I will tell you, it is a very, very, very serious issue. Connecticut, very recently, about a month ago, had a client who a couple of neighbors knew about and nobody reported, sadly, and the person died literally buried by their own stuff. It came in and crashed down upon this person, and they did not survive. And they had been there, sadly, for a couple of days before anyone knew. So I would urge you, once you see these in the newsletter, please always look through the newsletter, but these will probably be on the front page or the inside cover, and we'll be working very closely with other town departments on these seminars. So great news about Shine, thanks to them. Good luck to Beth, and don't hesitate to come back for the next breakfast and the next reminder session on bullying, and stay tuned for the newsletter. Thanks for tuning in, as always.